Alright, let's turn down the AC. And hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'll try to keep this brief. This is just an answer that I did in the comment section of one of my videos. I don't even remember what the video was about. I just clicked it and responded to, I believe it was 2 or 3 YouTubers or people that had questions. And the question was about the fuel gauge fluctuating. So let me see if I can get a good 3x zoom in here. So I assume their question was concerning, see, it just moved just now, but I assume it was concerning this digital fuel gauge would fluctuate at a rapid pace, maybe even drop down farther than normal, and then pick back up at some point in the future or whatever the case. The answer that I gave when I typed it was pretty much the gauge will move, or the gauge will adjust according to your driving style. And that's what it did, or does. That's what it does for me. I had this car from 2016. It's a 2013 Ford Taurus SEL. And I didn't realize it until later on, but when I take off hard from red lights, or I'm on the freeway or 95 or turnpike and I'm really pushing, once in a while I'll tap these two here, but so anyway, this gauge will actually drop fairly quickly, but that would be after 30-40 minutes of hard driving. And also, if I press down on this, 210 miles to E. Now, when I left the house this morning, this was 196 miles to E, but I drove really good. Like, I didn't take off hard, I drove really good, and it actually increased to 210. This, as soon as I'm talking to you guys, it went back over F. This was 3/4 the way of this last dial here, the gauge, the fuel gauge for me, does drop down as I speed or take off hard, do hard pulls, maybe some 0 to 60 videos, and once I start driving good again, it would move back up. Now, I can't guarantee, but I do believe that at the end of this week, this might be 190 miles to E, or it might be a little bit more than 210, because this week I plan on driving good. I plan on being a good driver this week. So the car does give incredibly great fuel mileage, fuel economy, fuel gas mileage, but you have to treat it right. So if you're spirited driver and sprinting everywhere you go, then you're gonna, it's weird, you don't really lose the fuel. It's just that this gauge will go down rapidly, and that'll let you know, hey, you need to calm down, buddy, because if you keep that crap up, you're gonna be empty. It's hard to explain it per se, but that's what I gathered from it, from these years of having this car, is when I drive hard, this gauge will move down more swifter or more rapid than when I'm cruising, and if I'm cruising, it actually goes up. So I filled up the car. See, I'm sitting and I lost 1 mile to empty. I was able to drive twice to Orlando with, and that's either a 200 or 300 mile run, and I would have just around or just a little above a half a tank. And that, of course, if I zoom out, that of course was me driving 60 63, 64 miles per hour. I had to get up in that area from South Florida more swiftly one time to take care of something, and I was doing, a little bit more, and I got up there with probably a quarter tank of fuel. So with a quarter tank of fuel left. So how you drive will depend on how this car treats you. So, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, yes. So when I fuel up, regardless of the time and the location, I always try to top off my fuel, and then I'll use that receipt. I don't know if I have the receipt on me. I don't. But I just fueled up Friday and I spent $50-something and put in 16 gallons. It's a 19-gallon tank. So I was able to calculate, and the times before I would use that to also calculate how I'm driving. So that's something you can do if you guys are having trouble with your gauge fluctuating and you're a little bit worried. Every time you fuel up, just utilize those numbers to find out what's really going on. And so, just some side tips, I would suggest using the recommended fuel for your vehicle, and then also make sure that your vehicle is up to date in terms of preventative maintenance. Make sure that you have decent tires on your car. Make sure that you have a good air filter. Even if you have the forbidden cold air intake, make sure it's clean. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your spark plugs are good, ignition coils. I think I said preventative maintenance, but under that, make sure that you replace your engine oil more frequently. Don't wait till it's 20,000 miles. That's a bunch of garbage. And then, unnecessary weight in the vehicle, remove it. You know what I'm saying? Just have your car as light as possible. In regards to the cold air intake, let me get this off the steering wheel here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. I recently, this weekend, just cleaned my K&N. Oh, it's upside down. My K&N air filter. You can see it there. So it's, pretty clean. You're supposed to put the oil back on this. I'm gonna tell you, I haven't been using the oil for God knows how long. It doesn't add up, because when I put the oil on this thing, I do my next oil change and I'm kind of disappointed because the engine oil is just dark. So I just don't do that anymore, even if I'm supposed to. This will allow your car to make growling sounds. Right now I have the stock box in, so it's pretty quiet. So just do maintenance and you really should be good. So that is 8 minutes. That's a 9-minute video. I hope you guys gained some knowledge. I wouldn't say I hope you enjoyed it, because I talk long. But just make sure you keep up on your stuff. So the last few weeks I have been driving hard. So let's see, we are doing approximately 15.7 miles per gallon. That's more or less accurate. I thought it would have been like 13 or 12. Anywho, that brings me to the end of this video. Gotta do my oil change soon. Okay, that's it. Alrighty. Peace.